the three classes of entities that inhabit the wastes, and the realm is inhabited by three primary types of beings, each one a distinct manifestation of the cosmic forces that shape this broken world. These entities include the ethereals, ultra-terrestrials, and monstrosities, each with their own motives and origins, and they have learned to thrive in the chaos that permeates the waste. Ethereals are entities that transcend the material realm. They exist on the borders of reality, made of pure energy or intangible forces that can neither be fully seen nor fully understood. These beings are often associated with ghostly apparitions and demonic forces. They can travel between dimensions at will. Some are bound to certain locations or objects, trapped by the machinations of long-dead gods or unholy rituals. Others are free-willed, seeking to manipulate mortal minds or influence the flow of history. The ethereal's greatest power lies in their ability to manipulate perception, weaving illusions and casting terrifying visions into the minds of those they choose to haunt. These beings often possess mortal vessels, turning them into living puppets, or they may haunt sacred sites. Among the ethereal ranks, some are seen as protectors or guides, acting as intermediaries between the living and the spiritual realm, while others are malevolent, driven by ancient vendettas or thirsting for the souls of the living. In Akupara, the ethereal forces are particularly active, often slipping into the consciousness of mortals and forcing them to confront their deepest fears. On Earth and Atlas, the ethereals are often the source of hauntings and mysterious disappearances, but they are also the ones who might deliver cryptic warnings about the future. The line between what is real and what is illusion is always blurred in the presence of an ethereal. Ultra-terrestrials are biological entities that transcend the limitations of their home planet. These creatures are often far older and more technologically advanced than the civilizations of the waste, having evolved beyond the constraints of mere biology or human understanding. They possess intellects that rival or surpass even the highest forms of consciousness, and their abilities to manipulate the fabric of reality are unrivaled by most beings. Their technology is so advanced that this UFO clip is potentially their technology slipping into the upper globe.
Have a look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
The monstrosities are ancient, cosmic entities that predate all life and existence as we understand them. They exist not within our dimension, but across the multiverse, tied to dark corners of reality where time and space are distorted. These beings are the ultimate manifestation of cosmic horror, not because they are evil in a human sense, but because they embody forces too vast and incomprehensible for mortal minds. They are not physical in the conventional sense. At times, they take form as shifting masses of darkness, sometimes as incomprehensible geometries that defy all laws of physics. When they appear, the universe around them fractures, reality bending under their gaze. Their motivations, if they have any, are unclear. Some monstrosities simply exist, their sheer presence warping the fabric of existence. Others act with an unknowable agenda, manipulating the flow of time, space, and life itself to serve a purpose that humans cannot fathom. For centuries, some ancient cultures have sought to understand them, crafting cults and religions around the idea of appeasing these titanic entities, hoping to prevent their wrath. The monstrosities are always watching, interfering in human affairs not out of malice, but because to them, humanity is a fleeting moment in the grand cosmic order. At the center of this horror are the dark planets, celestial bodies hidden from human detection. These planets exist in dimensions adjacent to our own, not governed by the same laws of time or matter. They pulse with unnatural energy, drawing in cosmic forces, serving as anchor points for the monstrosities themselves. Some of these planets are thought to be ancient battlefields, scarred by clashes between beings beyond our comprehension. Others are far worse, utterly abandoned and left as tombs for forgotten deities or star-devouring creatures. These dark planets are the source of many of Earth's oddities, disappearances, strange cosmic signals, and even physical anomalies within the waste. The wastes and the dead zones. The wastes are vast, once inhabited by thriving civilizations, but now forsaken. These areas are an unstable pocket within reality itself, where the rules of nature warp and shift erratically. Time behaves unpredictably here. In some zones, hours pass like minutes, while in others, days stretch on endlessly. Gravity flickers, sometimes with a light tug, other times pulling with the weight of a black hole. Even space itself warps. Entire cities may be found twisted beyond recognition, existing in forms that no sane person could make sense of. The wastes are a liminal space where reality itself is damaged and fragile. Scholars speculate that the wastes are the result of experiments by ancient civilizations, ones that probed too deep into the forbidden arts of dimensional travel or sought to harness energies from beyond the known universe. The wastes are filled with strange, horrific phenomena, anomalous objects such as monolithic stone structures that seem to grow and twist by themselves. Phantom cities appear on the horizon, cities of a civilization lost to time, time, if it was ever real in the first place. Some who venture into the wastes speak of fragments of lost worlds, temporal shifts, and creatures that seem to exist outside of our reality, partially visible, but always just beyond the reach of understanding. The dead zones are the most terrifying part of the wastes. These are areas where not only life ceases to exist, but reality itself seems to hold its breath. No animals, no plants, and most importantly, no sound. Stepping into these zones feels as though the very air thickens, pulling the mind into a state of emptiness. Time stops or loops endlessly, and those who wander here for too long can begin to lose their sense of self. The dead zones are rumored to be remnants of cataclysmic events, perhaps battles between the monstrosities themselves, or weapons of immense power. Survivors of these zones often return with broken minds, speaking in languages that were never known to them, their eyes reflecting visions of things that should not be seen.